Welcome back to 2020. Well, welcome back. It's 2021. I hope everybody's had a healthy and happy holiday season and that we're all in the upswing from our isolation of 2020. We'll see how it goes. But I did want to let you know that this session is being recorded, so you can't go back and look at it again. It will be posted on the YouTube, RE/MAX INTEGRA YouTube channel. It'll also be posted on RE/MAX University. Today's quick start is to give you an overview of some of the tools and technology we have here at RE/MAX INTEGRA. We've had some nice updates over the break, so if you already attended one of these, you're going to see more. And I am going to go through a little presentation, but then I'm going to go live so you can see how I navigate through some of these tools. So let's start by getting the agenda. First, I'm going to show you how to open your MAX Center account and make sure you're set up for the referral network. Your MAX Center profile is very important in order to fulfill the needs that make you eligible for the referral network, as well as the Booge CRM and website building platform. Now, I will mention that the Booge lesson is held on the next quick start. That is a specific quick start just on Booge, and that's a 90-minute session. So go ahead and look for that on the soldsignblog.com calendar, and you'll be able to register for that one. I'm going to go over RE/MAX Hustle. That is a wonderful commercial video builder that is completely free and does wonders. It can be posted on social and emailed and downloaded, and it just takes a couple of minutes to create. So I always like to make sure I get that included. And I'm also going to show you what the resource marketing guide is all about. After this, anybody that was registered for this quick start will get a link to the recording, in addition to any of these tools like the marketing guide. I will also go over Design Center automation and let you know what that's about, how to look at it, and how to navigate that. The first app, which is a technology that allows you to examine the contacts you already have and identify who in your contact base might be most likely to sell this year. And then finally, the RE/MAX 360 tool, which is a fantastic video builder. You get 360 home tours, you get 3D home models with floor plans and measurements, and it's a fantastic virtual tool that helps you really highly represent all of your listings, and we'll give you a little demo on that. So here I am in my MAX Center account. If you're not in yours, what you need to know is that you use your remax.net credentials to sign in. All right, so you would use your, in my case, it's mcolvin at remax.net. That would be my sign-in username. You probably have your own password. Once you sign in, make sure you save it so you don't have to continually go back to do it. And as you can see, this includes the referral setup. Now, what I want to point out is that you have to update your profile, which I will do live, or I'll at least demonstrate the steps. We won't go into much depth in the interest of time, but we are going to update your profiles so that you're eligible for these referrals and leads. This is an image of what it looks like when you get into your profile. And all it's telling you is to open every one of these boxes, open each category and fill in the information. When you get to personal details, you want to make sure you put in a thorough bio. That is what's going to fill the About Me section on your Booge website. So you want that to be really inclusive so that people who read it on your website will be encouraged to click through further and work with you. It's going to give you information here onto what the resolution is necessary to upload a nice photo. That is filling in on your referral bio, as well as your website too. This is the button once you're in the Mac Center apps where you are going to find the referral network. Let's say we typed in Orlando, Florida, because we are sending one of our clients from our area there to retire. And we just want to get an idea of offices, in this case, that may service that area. So I might say, okay, this one that populated is exactly in Orlando, so I'm going to click on that. Now keep in mind, all of these populate randomly. The same ones don't pop up at the top every time in order to make sure everybody gets an equal chance. When I clicked on that, what you're going to see is a big explanation and information about that office. You see the number of agents and you decide to view the full list. So I just go down and I randomly say, okay, I'll pick the one in the middle. She does residential. Let's see what we know about her. And when I do that, I see she has a nice picture. She tells me all about her year's experience, some hobbies. And if I were to scroll down, you would see a nice thorough bio that I've reviewed. So maybe I'm going to pick 2 or 3 people. And when I decide who I think I'd like to make a phone call to, because I've reviewed a couple and Peggy seems to be the one I've narrowed it down to, I'm simply going to hit the send referral button. And that's how I am going to initiate the referral between the 2 of us. We'll input some information about the client we're sending along. And we're also setting up the contract between the 2 of you. So you'll have it in place when the transaction concludes in that area. And therefore, you're going to get that referral fee. Here's a few of the things that you would be filling out. The selling price, how you're going to base your referral fee. Will it be on the selling price or percentage, et cetera, and what that percentage might be. Then you're going to be asked to fill in client info, et cetera. Now, the RE/MAX INTEGRA Resource Guide. This one says 2020 because it was the most recent update. Every quarter, there will be a new update to this product. I'm going to show it to you live. And the most recent one was for Q3 and Q4 for 2020. So it's very recent. We'll be waiting till the end of Q1 to update for 2021. And again, I'm going to show you the pages on that live and make sure you have a link to download it yourself following this webinar. REMAXHustle.com. This is one of my favorites because it is easy to use. It's free. You can do so much with it. There are several types of things you can use. You create what's called a digital doormat. Basically, it's a welcome mat or I'm thinking about you mat, and they're nice ways to stay in touch with people, post, social, etc. Hustle Graphic is a great way to create a colorful bio of yourself that's made out of visuals as opposed to text. I always recommend those go together with your feature sheets of your home because it tells more about you than the house, and it's a great thing to include for people to see. And then there's several ways to make commercials, real commercials that you can post video in many different ways. So we'll go over that. Design Center Automation, just in case you're not aware, or you haven't been using it because maybe you saw these emails come out, this is what it would look like, and you thought maybe it was an advertisement or something. You just might not have been familiar with the fact that this is actually an email which contains pre-done marketing materials for every new listing you put in MLS. So when you enter a listing in the MLS, overnight, you are going to get an email that says you now have marketing packages because you just listed this home. And you're going to get to look at them and you can edit them and you can preview them. And you can decide which ones you want to use and which ones you don't. But it's a nice thing to mention to your sellers that because you have the power of the RE/MAX brand behind you, because you have a whole marketing team that does these things, you are going to get a package by the next day after they sign where you can immediately start promoting their home. And you're going to get this package in 24 hours. This is the just listed sample. But you will get new packages over these 4 occurrences. If perhaps you enter a price reduction in the MLS, you will get a new package that allows you to make that announcement so people know the price has changed. If you choose to enter an open house in the MLS, you will get a package that shows that, and you can utilize that to invite people. And finally, when the home is sold and you mark it sold in the MLS, you will be able to get a package of just sold materials that show people you've had a successful transaction. So that's a lot of good you get out of that one Design Center feature. Next, I mentioned the first app. Keep in mind, you are going to be allowed to try this out free for 3 months. And what it does, it's different than your typical CRM. A typical CRM is fairly passive. You do import your contacts and you set them up on campaigns, and you can email directly out of them to your people. But what this does that's a little different and quite effective is it has you input your contacts either from your phone, or you have the ability to send an email to First with a contact list, perhaps on a CSV file or an Excel sheet or something. And then they will import the balance of your contacts into this one app. So you might have 500 people in your contact list. The First app is going to explore those names and whatever other information you have in your contact base by using over 700 different data points to identify for you, out of the demographics, who is the most likely in your phone already that's most likely to sell this year. And then it's going to star rate them. Now, if you have 500 people in your base, it may only identify 100 because they have to meet a certain criteria to be shown to you. And you're going to get a 3 or a 2 or a 1-star rating on each of those people that meet the criteria. 3 stars means they're very likely to sell this year. 2 means they're right behind them. And 1 star means that they might not be doing it right now or immediately, but they should be followed up with because it's soon after the others. And what it's going to do is give you a step-by-step task instruction on how to engage these very hot leads in your own phone so you can get those listings. The first thing it's going to tell you is to pick up the telephone. This is different than the CRM that's going to say send a text or email. It's going to say you need to talk to, let's say, 5 of your 3-star people every day, only for 5 minutes, 5 minutes each. And you want to just inquire to these people, maybe in this environment, just call them up, say, I was thinking of you. I was hoping you and your family are all well. Is there anything I can do to help you out? And that conversation, if they're 3-star people, is likely going to turn to real estate. And that's the 5 minutes for the 3-star people. That's only a half an hour of your day, 5 people for 5 minutes each, right? Then you're going to mark that phone call as done, and the app will pick that up and apply another task for tomorrow. It might say, send them a text and thank them for the call, or send them an email. Whatever the case is, if you just follow step by step what the First app is suggesting, you will be winning business that you didn't even realize was in your very own network. Now, if you try it for 3 months and it doesn't seem to be helping, then you don't continue. But we've had some very good feedback. And if it does work out for you, the price would be $39 per month. And you could use that successfully to really pull in some extra income. Now, the RE/MAX 360 tours. This is a new product that was developed as soon as COVID kicked in, because we knew that our agents were going to need to be able to continue to do business no matter what the environment was. We didn't want anybody to just have to sit back and wait. So we sought an application that could allow you to do some really successful transaction without even stepping foot in a property, at least without having anybody there. You would need to enter just once to get some pictures in an empty home. So basically, here's how it says to get started. You or your photographer would get some 360 photos using their guide. And there is a couple of cameras they recommend, but your mobile phone should work just fine. Anything that's more than like an iPhone, an 8 or above is fine, and some of the more advanced, or even last couple of years, Androids will be working just fine. All that requires is a little attachment kit, and that will be shown to you in the demo. And that's just so that the phone stays stable and gets you nice, clear, professional photos. Then you upload your images, which of course the how-to guide will show you. And within 24 hours, you are going to get back. Again, within 24 hours, you're going to get a branded and an unbranded link to your completed 3D tours, the 3D home model, and floor plans with measurements. The reason you'll get two versions is so that any MLS that doesn't allow branded photos or links will still be able to be utilized by using the unbranded package. So it is going to tell you, make sure you download the best practice guides, and that's a very simple explanation. This is, you are going to get a copy of this presentation, and you can use these links if you like, but basically it's the same thing I just described. Get your con set up your camera, you'll need a tripod, get the photos taken, get them uploaded, and then you will have your packages returned to you on step 5. So let's take a look at this overview video, because I think it's really helpful for you to see exactly what this is going to look like.
Welcome to iSpy Live, the evolution of iSpy 360. A milestone in design and technology, a world first, combining 360 virtual tours and video chat to make what you already do better, faster, and more productive. iSpy Live is convenient. Customers can view properties in real time and instantly request an iSpy Live viewing. Engage with your customers at their convenience. Whenever, wherever they are, a revolution in lead generation. iSpy Live is cross-platform. Tours can take place on any mobile, tablet, or computer, in any location. iSpy Live is user-friendly. It's simple. Nothing to download, nothing complicated. Just click and go. iSpy Live is information-rich. The feature-rich platform allows for a whole host of consumer-focused tools. Embed content such as Google Street View, photos, and documents. iSpy Live is immediate and social. Want to be proactive? Simply send an iSpy Live link to one or many existing customers. Invite multiple customers to your tour. Every house can be an open house without having to open the door. iSpy Live saves time and money. No more wasted journeys or viewings. Home in on qualified leads. Speed up the decision-making process. iSpy Live. Say hello to the future.
So I absolutely am very impressed with that particular product. and I hope you are too. Let me see if I made note. As you can see, here is an example of what the 3D home models look like. So you would see into each room, and your clients can see into each room. So they get to even make judgments like, geez, will my furniture work in there? And are the rooms laid out in a manner that suits my family? What kind of, you're going to get floor measurements. So how much space do I have? How many bathrooms? What floors are they at? Where are the hallways? All of the things that could be questioned if all you had was the front view or some rooms. This shows the interior. Now you'll see this little cursor going around, and what that's going to be used for is you're even able to input little links into different features of each room if you'd like, so that the consumer can click on that and get more information. You might have a gourmet kitchen that has a very unique chef's range, and there may be a manufacturer's description that you would like them to be able to hear about. So you would put that link in right on top of the stove, and as soon as they get there with their mouse, they can click on it and hear all about it. So that is also just a nice idea of what you can expect to receive. And I should mention, it isn't here. This product is very deeply discounted for the RE/MAX INTEGRA group. It is only $14.99 per month per user. That's an enormous break. And in my opinion, if I was still in the field, it would be something I would immediately take advantage of. $14.99 per month is the subscription cost. The other cost would be for each tour, meaning whenever you send them your photographs, it's $10. Now, $10 covers 10 photographs where they would create this model and everything else you saw. Most homes can comfortably be covered in 10 photos, so you would only expect $10 per tour. And you can use unlimited tours. If you had 40 properties, it would be no problem. The $14.99 covers unlimited tours, and then it's $10 per tour. If you by any chance had a bigger home and you felt you needed 14 pictures to really cover it, it would be $1 extra per photo. So even on the bigger homes, you might be looking at $14 for the processing of the entire tour. So I like to point that out, that it's extremely affordable. And here I want to show you, if you have any questions for resources and support, we have the MAX Center where you can see some release notes and frequently asked questions. RE/MAX University has all kinds of webinars, pre-recorded guides, how-to videos, and the groups that we have here, like the Facebook RE/MAX Tech and Tools, that's a nice peer collaboration group that you might want to join. So that is the actual presentation I wanted to review before I went live. And so now we're going to close that out. And I am going to now show you what you could expect. Let me enlarge that. In this resource guide, which I will be sending out via a link when I send you a follow-up email. So the resource guide is extremely lengthy. It's about 60 pages, I believe. So what I'm going to do is scroll through it, show you how to use it, and then point out a few of the features by clicking into it. Now, this is a PDF document, and typically that means all you can do is read it. But in this case, the marketing team was really smart, and they built into it accessible links. So whatever you see advertised on the front is going to have a live link that either says go to here or download here. So you can actively get whatever you want out of this guide. And there's information and products in regarding the brand, as you can see here, how to stay connected, social channel, blogs, etc. And then I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on the agent tools. Now, a couple here you've seen me already touch base on, so I'll spend a little bit more time on the others. And sure enough, if you want to download this resource guide on your own before you get my email, you could go to soulsignblog.com/remax-resource-guide. Okay, it would end up in the marketing materials and Remax tools, and here you would be able to download it. When we're in the brand section, anything you're going to want to find will be in these categories. Okay, we're going to go into the commercial building at length, but I'm going to wait until we get to the agent tools section. Now, we already talked about Mac Center and getting in signed in with your remax.net and making sure you update your profile. And I'll let you see how that is done in a moment. Here is the guide for broker and agent support. You can have the maxhelpsyou.com or email. You can also go to the knowledge base. I think I'll go back and do the profile on Mac Center since we're here. It's going to take me into my Mac Center account because I've already signed in and saved my credentials. And just briefly, again, I'm going to point out how to navigate this. We won't spend too much time filling it in, but just to navigate, you click on your photo in the upper right-hand corner. If you don't have your photo there and have a balloon, it might mean you didn't yet put your photo in. Then hit the blue Update Profile. And here you will see this box on the left. And it's going to ask you to open each one of these, we'll call them drawers or sections, and fill in the blanks. The overview is showing you everything I've already put in during a demo. Your overview will show you anything you've already put in. So when we go to general info, it just wants you to verify what's auto-populated. Now, my name is here. Yours will be as well. However, what if your name was put in or brought through in a very formal way? Perhaps your name is Suzanne, but nobody's called you Suzanne since you were born. You're Sue, and all your clients know you were Sue, and friends, etc. So you might want to go over here to the edit button and change it to what you want, because this is what's going to show up in your referral network as well as your website. So if I don't want that, maybe I want to add my middle name because some people actually use it in my world. And see how it changed? Instead of just Maureen, it's now Maureen Allen. You can again change anything you see in here with the exception of your join date, that's auto-populated. And down here it says privacy. The reason I'm opening it is just to point out that you do not want to check these boxes, because what they say is that you don't want to be published in these areas of Remax Center, Mac Center, and Remax.com. Of course you want to be published. So I'm just showing you what it is, but don't check those. Then go into your contact info and keep in mind your ISP email is the one you check every day. It might be a Yahoo, a Gmail, a Comcast, whatever that case may be, make sure that's in there accurately. And keep in mind the remax.net that's listed here is given to you just so you can sign into places like Mac Center, and it's also a forwarding email. Anything that goes here would get forwarded to this ISP email. Most likely, this is the one you advertise to your clients, so you want to make sure that's in that place. Now, when you're building out Booge, which again is a separate lesson, you do want to make sure people can capture you on your social media. And all you do is open that up. And if you want to create those little circle icons for your website and have people land on your social media places, you just have to put in your landing page. So if I choose Facebook, it's going to ask me what the landing page web address is. And a friend, an agent in Rhode Island, has allowed me to use her web address for that, just to show as a demonstration. And now you can see the Facebook link is in there, and that Facebook icon is showing on her website. And you can add others through the drop down for other types of social that you might participate in. Phone numbers. You want to make sure that these are the ones you want, or when you enter them, just put in what they are, the correct number. You can set them as primary or not, and decide if you want them in the directory. You can add more than one, as you can see. And if there is a fax you use, either at home or in your office, you might want to add that. Next is your photo. And if you have none here, you're going to see a balloon. If you have one that is outdated, you might want to replace it. If I mark replace, it's going to tell me exactly what I need as far as size and type. And once I have that on my computer, I simply hit upload and choose it, and you will get a new photo. And then finally, under personal details, as I mentioned, the biography is the most important piece. That's because it is going to show up as the About Me section on your website and in your referral paragraph. People want to know as much about you as they can so that they can really make a judgment if you're a good fit for themselves or for a client or for somebody that is referring business to you. So you want to definitely put in your overall credentials and all of the basics, but don't be too vanilla. Put in some very specific things about you that really tell people what your niche in the market is. What is the demographic you're most comfortable with? Are you a person who has kids in the school systems, and you can let people know that you're very familiar with the districts and the principals and the counselors and the coaches? If that's your niche in the market, let people know. Or if it's another demographic of, let's say, retirees, and you know where all the activities are for people that might be retired, or maybe you're in an area where golf is a big thing and you know where there's some memberships available, utilize your personal niche to make people attracted to you who have that same niche in common. You can add your education levels here, including your university, if you would like. And then this drop down, all of these are drop down with civic activities. You can add several, edit what you wish. But the more you put in, the more people might identify with you, your hobbies, and languages. Certainly, if you're multilingual, you want people to know that too. So that was just a brief overview of why you want to fill out your Max Center profile and make sure that it's up to date. So that your Booge website shows up really current, as well as your referral network, and you can be then chosen by people who see a nice bio there. Again, we went over support. If you wanted to get into the marketing portal and find logos and social shareables, notice I said when you get to each page, there'll be a big button that takes you where you want to go. So let's click on that. And as you can see, it brought me exactly where it said it was. So here would be logos if I chose to find them. Digital, view all the campaign files. It gives you all of these different options for utilizing the marketing tools that we have. Logos, brand, marketing, print and digital, your brand resources. All of those things that you might be searching for, you don't have to go hunting, even though you could get them at RE/MAX. marketing.com, or you could go long way. These are the directions on how to get there if you didn't have this document. But I find that agents love having this document on their desktop, so all they have to do is scroll through it and click into whatever they want when they need it. So just do keep in mind, though, that the directions on how to go through it are also identified. Here you'd go to Mac Center, go to the marketing portal, app, or just do remaxmarketing.com. Now, the 2020 media. The next several marketing places are going to show examples of the commercials you may have been seeing already on some stream TV. A lot of the Remax commercials have been streaming on Hulu and maybe Prime Video. Many people have resorted to Prime, or I should say to streaming, just so that they don't have to pay the high cable rates of these days. And that's where you will find a lot of the Remax commercials. Well, the great news is the company wanted you to be able to have commercials that are closely associated to those on television. And that's a great opportunity to utilize, because subliminally, your clients who see these commercials on TV, and then you send them a video with a very similar theme, are going to associate you with being on TV. Here are some customized commercials. And as you can see, it's telling you to go to remaxhustle.com, which I will do, but I'm just going to scroll through how many pages of the Remax resource guide is dedicated to this. If you clicked in here, you would be taken directly to the particular video builder for listings, but you're still in remaxhustle.com. Again, remaxhustle.com has the customized COVID video, letting your clients know we are here for them. So that is where I will now open. So we can get to Remax Hustle, and this is what I wanted to demonstrate live. I am on remaxhustle.com, nothing else. You do not need a sign-in, you don't need a password, and this is freshly done for 2021. It looks different than it did at the end of 2020, but all of the skill sets are the same. They are very user-friendly and repetitive, so you will get something different out of each of these options, but the building of them is all the same. So I like to click on a few of the standard ones and then show you how to build a commercial. So when I click on build a welcome mat, I come up with all these templates. Now there's two ways I like to see people use them. One would be if you chose welcome home because somebody just closed on their property, and they could be closing documents, you know, that same day. And it only takes you a couple of minutes to click on that template, type in their name, and you can see it populating here on the welcome mat, your name and your office. Simply save the image, and you'll notice it's downloading in the left-hand corner of my computer. And when I open it, it's a PNG format that I can use in so many ways. Look at edit and create, crop, but it's even Remax branded. You can utilize this in any way you can utilize a photo. So you might want to put this in a nice email and send it to the Jones family. They could have this in their hand just minutes after they've closed on the property. And it's a nice way, if you put this in an email, you could add some notation like, it was such a pleasure to work with you. If you need anything as you settle in, let me know. And I'm looking forward to working with you and your family again in the future. Something as simple as that, it's a nice little feature. So now I'm back to the home page, and next I'm going to show you what a hustle graphic is. And basically, it's a little bio about you, telling about your last 12 months. And instead of just answering questions, it's going to turn the answers to those questions into visuals. So let's say, how many homes did you sell last year? How many homes did you help people buy? And did you happen to work in luxury? How many neighborhoods have you worked? And how many years of experience? Now this says, how many open houses did you host? Given the situation in 2020, if this question doesn't really add value to your hustle graphic, simply skip the question. But see how the others are populating visually? It makes for a really nice, colorful page. What's your favorite song to hustle to? I always say throw in something funny, so it creates a conversation starter. They're gonna say, you like to hustle to Jaws theme? Are you crazy? How many miles did you drive? Now, in my job, if it was a normal year, it would have been an enormous amount of miles. How many lunches did you eat in your car? You can say whatever you like. And again, you can skip questions that you don't like. Now, Miracle Home Properties, how many have you sold? If you participate in the Miracle Home Children's Network program, you certainly want to let people know that. That is the chosen RE/MAX charity. It involves giving $25 per side of your transactions, and that gets dedicated. If you choose to do that, you are then a Miracle agent, and your sellers' homes become Miracle properties. So there is a demographic out there who would make a decision to work with somebody who gives back to the community over somebody that they may not tell them they do. They still may, but if they don't identify it, then that consumer doesn't know, and that may just tip the scale in your favor. What's your favorite open house treat to serve? And nobody cares how much coffee you drink. Okay, so then you just simply fill in your name, your office, your phone, and you would put in your email. Instantly now, you have this very nice page, which you would again save as an image. And you can produce this in any way you want. You can post it, you can email it, throw it up in your social media. I like to also suggest you might print this out in color, maybe just for your open houses or as feature sheets to any of your listings, because they're a little piece about you and not just about the house. And again, it's a nice conversation starter, it's an overview, and it's very colorful and fun. So that is the Hustle graphic feature in RE/MAX Hustle. Now I'm going to show you two different commercials. I would like you later to go to remaxhustle.com and go in and play with these and make your own commercials, because they're so easy. And when you see all the things you can do with them in just a matter of minutes, you certainly want to go, you're going to want to utilize them right away. So let's look at highlighting your skills. Create your own commercial. As you can see, it's only a few steps. So we're going to just fill in our brand. If you happen to work in collection or commercial, you have that option. Fill in your name. Title. Email. And website. See how it populated over here on the RE/MAX card? Now it's going to ask me to upload my photo. You should always have one handy. Make sure it's centered. And as you can see, now it completed the RE/MAX business card. It also populated the photo into a picture frame in the background of what will become the commercial. Now the fun stuff. You get to choose from 19 different value adds that you would like to represent. Now, you only get to choose 3 per commercial, But that's great because then the others can be mixed and matched to use for many commercials, all with different themes, built the same way, but you don't have to choose the same commercial. You can create new ones all the time. So let's say you want to let people know you are utilizing that RE/MAX 360 tools and do 3D home tours. And also that they can close on a property completely virtual by using your DocuSign account, e-signature, or something similar. And then let's talk about maybe you're really good at strategy. Once you've chosen 3, the others will gray out. You'll save those for later. And now you get to pick some music background. And let's create the video. I want to make sure that my sound is open for you. Yep, you should be able to hear this and see it.
Ooh.
So as you notice, that was 15 seconds long. And that's important because that's about the attention span we get from our consumers. But let me show you here. Look at all the things you can do with this instantly. Download it, make it your Facebook cover video. You can copy the link and send it or post it to your social media, immediately email it. So for a few seconds work, you get a very effective, nicely done professional advertisement about you. I will go back because I also want to show you the customized commercials, and then I want you to come back and play with these others. But for the sake of time, I'll show you this particular option. So creating custom commercials, this simply means that the exact same themes on TV you can implement yourself into. Here we have now a business card, which also will need your photo. Here you have it. The next says choose your commercials. Now it's going to give you all kinds of options. You could select all, build them all at once, and then utilize them as you wish. But I think I'll just show you one that seems to be fairly popular. You notice there were some new ones. And then it says create video. Needed to add something there. And let's see how quickly this happens. Again, you can download it, copy it, post it, email it, etc. You notice this one's 18 seconds long, again, keeping in mind what the consumer can manage.
Hey, did we do that termite inspection?
That discount agent said we didn't need to.
So once again, I really think this is a place where everybody should go today. Check it out, build something, build at least one of these and send it off, and then continue to utilize it in as many ways as you can because it's a great free way to advertise. So I will now go back to the resource guide, which, like I said, all of these red buttons here are advertising the customized commercials and videos. So they would have taken us directly to remaxhustle.com. Here is a logo download if you wish to go for that. We talked about Design Center and its automation, if you recall. And there is also lots of marketing materials for the luxury collection. In the last year, there's been an enormous amount of material added for that. So that might mean you want to get the resource guide that specifically has marketing materials that are branded the RE/MAX collection. The luxury, myremaxcollection.com. Go in here and check all this out and decide for yourself if that's something you should be participating in. Don't forget, Remax does commercial, and we are global. Keep now, under the circumstances, one of the best reasons to bring this up to your clients, all of our listings go on global.remax.com. Now, in this environment, there are some silver linings. Many companies are most likely going to permanently have a lot of their previously office buildings downsized, and they will have a lot of employees who continue to work from home because they discovered they're just as productive. Well, think about that for employees who were basically limited to where they could live because they needed to be close to work for their commute. But now the whole world is opened up. People can move out of state, across the country, even out of the country, and still have internet. So depending on their role, they might finally get to realize their dream of living anywhere they want and not having to change jobs. Now, that won't be true for everybody, but there's certainly an opportunity for increased business if you let people know you are global. The consumer mobile app has a link here. You can watch the video. It shows you exactly how to download it. Remax University, I want to point out, it's in Mac Center. It's just one of the app tabs. And you need to know that all of the things you could possibly want to train on are in here, in addition to the Remax INTEGRA YouTube channel, where today's webinar will be recorded and posted. There are things in here as simple as if you typed in first, you would get a whole slew of videos on how to learn and use each feature in the first app if you wanted to review them all before you even signed up. Here's information on the Children's Miracle Network. You can download the resources and understand more about that. The Remax Marketplace right here that's in the Mac Center apps, but this button would take you to it as well. Our approved suppliers. Don't forget, you might want swag at some point, whether you're doing some sort of an event in the future, whatever the case may be. We have all of these available to you. The branded URL shortener, I like to teach that in my classes. You can check it out here. Basically, if you were to build something in Design Center, like a single property website, then that Design Center would generate a URL that is really long and it's probably not very easy to speak. So we would go in here and we would shorten it and then make a name that we like or the consumer likes. The next session is all about staying connected. And I will slowly pass by these things because I think you get the idea. You're just going to visit any of these pages that you're interested in. Here you can see our training is all in soldsignblog.com calendar. You could click right here and register for any of the sessions you see here. In addition to those coming up, the calendar will show you what they are, when they are, and it will provide links to register. We also have the soldsignblog.com COVID Hub, so you can utilize these resources that will help your clients become more comfortable as you are either virtually selling their home or moving toward the direction of being more in place. We have plenty of info for you to get Facebook pages to like, groups to join, and then this entire last section is on things we've just discussed. The 360 tours, there are buyer and seller guides in here, the Design Center automation, Remax Hustle, and all kinds. Here's the first app, all the media you would want to know about that, even Photify, Megaphone. It's just so plentiful that it would be overwhelming to try to go through it in our short time. But I do want to let you know you're going to get this in the follow-up email. Download it to your desktop. And then you will be able to save it and utilize it at your leisure. Then you just want to keep in mind that after Q1, you will get, or you should be able to find an updated, this is very long, an updated Q1 2021 version. But for this particular distribution, you will be getting this exact one, 2020 Q3, Q4, very effective. And basically a one-shot deal to take you to the resources that were shown to you. So we're coming up on the close. I'd like to check the chat box to see if anybody had any questions or other notations for me. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for attending. Remind you that this was recorded. It will be posted on Remax Integra YouTube channel. And if you were registered for today's session, you will be on my attendance list. And I will send this in a follow-up email to you within 24 hours. So it's been my pleasure to be your host at today's Quick Start, first one for 2021. And I really look forward to seeing you all in person as soon as that's possible. So everybody have a wonderful day. Take care of you and yours. I wish you good health and a happy new year.